Right. Welcome, everybody, to today's meeting of the Licensing Subcommittee. A bit of housekeeping, fire alarm procedures. If the fire alarm is activated, please take the stairs down to the reception area and out of the building to the Green Hawley Square, which is the assembly point. Please do not use the lifts. Officers will assist you and advise when it is deemed safe to return to the council offices. It's a real benefit. Yeah. Does anybody intend to film the meeting? No. Restriction on the use of mobile phones. Would everyone present please ensure their mobile phones are turned off or to silent while the meeting's in progress. Any apologies for absence? We've got an apology from Roshan Ara for absence today. Any declarations of interest? No declarations of interest? So, agenda item number 3 is application for a variation to a premises licence at the Botany Bay Hotel, Marine Drive, Broadstairs. I call upon Ms Phillips, the Council's principal litigation solicitor, to explain to the parties the procedure that we will be taking during the meeting.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. As was said, we're here to consider the application for the variation of the premises licence at Botany Bay Hotel, Marine Drive, Kingsgate. And the application is made by Shepherd Neame Limited for variation of the premises licence, which is LN/200501361. I'd like everyone present to know that the decisions made by the subcommittee are made in accordance with the Licensing Act 2003 and based on the information that's presented in this agenda. So there's no predetermination. Everything that's said will be considered carefully. We will hear the parties in the following order. We'd hear the licensing officer, the applicant, and a respondent making representations. And each party has up to 15 minutes to make your presentation. You don't necessarily have to go up to 15 minutes, but that's the time allotted to you to have. The subcommittee, the applicant, the representative and interested party, you may ask questions after each representation is made. The hearing shall take the form of a discussion led by the authority, so there's no cross-examination, it's not like a court process. There is no limit to the questions that could be asked. At the end of the proceedings, each party has about 5 minutes to make a closing statement, and of course that would be based on the representations that you've heard, etc. And then the representations will be made in the same order. After the summary of the statements, the hearing will be adjourned to allow the subcommittee to deliberate. The subcommittee members and myself as the legal officer and the clerk will remain in the chamber. And usually the deliberations take up to about 30 minutes, and then everyone is called back into the chamber to hear the decision. The licensing hearing regulations do not necessarily give a time limit for the deliberations, but it's usually about 30 minutes. And that's the procedure for this morning's meeting.
That's great, thank you, Ms Phillips. Would the licensing technical support team manager please present the report?
Morning, everyone. We received an application from Shepherd Neame for the Botany Bay Hotel to a variation for their current licence. They received planning permission to have an outside bar and increase their decked area, and the planning permission limits use of the bar till the hours of 11 till 9 o'clock each day. As the applicant advertised it, we received one representation, which is before you in the agenda. We did not receive any comments from the Police Environmental Protection Team, Licensing Officer or the Fire Service. Thank you.
Thank you. You have any questions for technical support manager? No. Okay. The applicant, that's you. If you would like to present your application.
And also, are you happy for me to just read out the thing? So we would like to address the concerns of the objector to the licence variation for the Botany Bay Hotel. We will also aim to outline the application in more detail. So our application is only for an outside bar servery, and the rationale is that the outside bar will alleviate the pressure on the inside bars, which in turn creates a better environment for those guests staying at the hotel. The application was advertised in line with the Licensing Act 2003 regulations, both on site for 28 days and in the local newspaper. We have offered 3 conditions in respect of installing extra rubbish bins and signage and offering recyclable glasses to anyone outside. We have received no objections from any of the responsible authorities, which includes the planning department. So to address some of the points that have been raised, is that we do not feel the installation of an outside bar would cause a significant increase in customers, or that anyone would make a special journey to the site because it was there. Customers will still be able to use the outside space with or without the bar in the way that they do now, as the current licence allows for off sales and on sales. We are not aware of any complaints or antisocial behaviour to date, and as previously stated, neither the police nor environmental health have objected. It would also be the case that the outside bar would be manned by staff who would effectively be managing the area and monitoring customer behaviour. Currently, it is difficult to do this from inside the building. Last summer, the site operated an outside bar for a short time by way of tens, and it generated no extra rubbish, noise or antisocial behaviour that we are aware of. Therefore, the site has proven that it can run and control an outside bar and the customers that use it. The outside bar forms part of a wider development which will provide a large amount of seating outside, therefore customers would not need to leave the area and sit elsewhere. The grassed area referred to in the objection is an area of open public space. People can buy food and drink from any outlet and still sit there. Unfortunately, we cannot control this, but we can ensure that customers act responsibly on our property. So in conclusion, we feel that this is a proportionate application that does consider the local area and residents. We have offered the following conditions. Reusable cups and glasses will be available for customers sitting outside or taking drinks away. The outside bar will be manned at all times when open and to close by 9 p.m. and additional bins to be placed outside along with signs advertising guests to respect the area. And we very much hope that the above will allay the fears of the objector and show that we are responsible operators.
Thank you very much. Do you have any questions for
Not questions,
the
I've got a
applicant?
statement though. Well, I went down there yesterday and I think as you've moved the beer garden over from where it was near residential properties. So I think what you've done is an added bonus, and I think that will be better for the pub and the fact that it's away, and it's not going to encourage any more people. So I don't have any objections.
Thank you. I've read through the objection and the report, and Shepherd Neame's a good operator. I don't actually have any questions. Does the technical support manager have any questions? No? Do you have any questions for the technical support manager? No? Okay, thank you very much. With the exception of the subcommittee members, the Democratic Services Officer and the Principal Litigation Solicitor, please can I ask those present to leave the chamber so that the subcommittee can come to a decision. You'll be invited back for the decision to be announced.
comfortable.
Thank you. I'd like to now invite Ms Phillips, the Principal Education Solicitor, to read a summary of the subcommittee's determination.
Thank you. In this application for a variation of the premises licence at Botany Bay Marine Drive, Kingsgate, which is made by Shepherd Neame Limited, having heard the licensing officer, having heard the applicant, and considered the representations that have been made, it's the decision of the subcommittee to grant the variation of the licence to include the new outside bar with the same hours as is in your planning permission.
Thank you, Jennifer. That concludes the proceedings for this licensing subcommittee today. Thank you very much.